There comes a moment in every life where everything collapses. The plans fall apart, the people you trusted vanish, the strength you once had becomes a memory, and you stand there broken. You look in the mirror and barely recognize yourself. Not because you've changed, but because the fire inside you is flickering. And for the first time you wonder, can I actually do this? This is the moment that separates the few from the many. This is the silence no one talks about. The space between falling and rising, where most give up and a rare few keep going. It's not the success stories that define strength. It's what you do when no one's watching, when there's no applause, when it hurts to breathe, when all you've got left is pain. The world will try to convince you to quit, to sit back, to wait, to numb it out. But that pain you feel, that heaviness, that is the cost of greatness. It's not a punishment, it's preparation. You think being broken means you're done? Number. Being broken is the start, because only broken things get rebuilt stronger. Only shattered glass gets reshaped by fire. And only those who keep walking when their legs tremble ever reach the peak. You are not finished. You are just beginning. Right now you have two choices. Lie down and let the weight bury you. Or stand up even if it hurts and say, I'm still here. And that simple choice, that one moment of resistance, becomes the foundation for everything that comes next. This is not your ending. This is your rise. If you feel pain right now, good. That means you're still in the fight. It means you haven't given up yet. See, people want success without suffering. They want the dream without the sacrifice. But that's not how it works. The pain you feel today is the currency of transformation. You're not being punished, you're being forged. Like iron in the fire, the longer it burns, the stronger it becomes. Don't run from pain. Sit with it. Feel it. Let it teach you. Because pain has something that ease never will. It reveals who you really are. When everything's stripped away, the money, the titles, the people, the fake smiles, what's left is the truth. And if you can stand tall in that truth, if you can walk through that fire and refuse to stop, you become unstoppable. They don't tell you this, but the most powerful people in the world were once just like you, doubtful, hurt, on the edge, but they didn't quit. They didn't use pain as an excuse. They used it as fuel. They didn't wait for things to get easier. They got stronger. They didn't pray for the storm to end. They became the storm. So ask yourself, are you going to let pain break you, or are you going to let it build you? Because the pain won't last forever, but the person you become because of it will. Let's be honest now. No one's coming. No one is going to swoop in and rescue you. No one is going to fight your battles. No one is going to wake you up every day and hand you your purpose. This is your war. We grow up thinking someone will guide us, that a mentor or leader or friend will show us the path. But eventually reality hits. It's all on you. You are the one who has to rise. You are the one who has to fight. You are the one who has to believe. Even when no one else does, and that's not a curse, that's a gift. Because when you stop waiting for someone to fix your life, you finally become the one who can. You have more power than you've ever been told, but it's buried under excuses, fear, and comfort. And comfort is the slowest poison. It tells you to relax when you should be grinding. It tells you to sleep when you should be building. It tells you you're fine when your soul is screaming for more. This world doesn't hand out rewards to the lazy. It doesn't reward the comfortable. It rewards the relentless. And being relentless means one thing. You don't stop even when it hurts. You don't stop even when you're tired. You don't stop even when you're doubting every step. You just keep moving. Because somewhere deep inside, you know you weren't built to quit. You were built to win. So stop waiting. Get up. Move forward. Do anything, but never stay still. Because the minute you take responsibility for everything in your life, you take control of your future. And that is the beginning of your rise. The most dangerous wars are never fought in the streets. They're fought in your mind. That's where the real enemy lives. The voice that says, you're not good enough. You'll never make it. You're too far behind. You should quit. But here's the truth. That voice isn't your enemy unless you believe it. It's a test, and you're the one who chooses how to respond. Your mind is a battlefield, and if you don't control it, it will control you. You must become the guardian of your thoughts, because your thoughts shape your actions, and your actions shape your reality. Feed your mind weakness, and you'll live a weak life. Feed it strength, courage, and discipline, and you'll become unstoppable. When doubt creeps in, face it. When fear whispers, speak louder. When anxiety tightens its grip, breathe deeper and move anyway. You do not have to feel strong to act strong. You just have to act. That's how strength is built. The difference between those who rise and those who fall, it's not talent. It's not luck. It's not timing. It's mental discipline. The discipline to show up, to keep moving, to control the narrative in your own head, even when everything else is chaos. Because when your mind becomes your weapon, there's no force on earth that can stop you. When the world is falling apart, most people wait. They wait for peace. They wait for clarity. They wait for motivation to strike like lightning. But the ones who win, they don't wait, they build in chaos. Because here's the truth. The world is never going to be perfect. Your schedule will always be messy. You'll always feel a little tired, a little unsure, a little behind. But none of that matters if you're consistent. Consistency is your greatest weapon. Not perfection, not motivation, not luck. Just the grind, day after day, moment after moment, no matter what's going on. It's showing up when you're exhausted. It's putting in the reps when no one is watching. It's doing the work even when your emotions scream, stop. Because every small action you take, every little step forward, is a vote for the person you want to become. And if you keep voting, every single day, eventually the world won't just see who you are, they'll see what you've built. Brick by brick, day by day, storm after storm. You didn't stop. You refused to quit. You stayed consistent. And that's what made you powerful. So stop searching for perfect conditions. Start creating your future in the middle of the mess. Because if you can be disciplined in chaos, you'll be untouchable in peace. There's a version of you that has to die, so the real you can live. That version, the one who doubts, who settles, who breaks promises to themselves, that version has no place in your future. You can't carry weakness into a strong life. You can't carry excuses into excellence. You can't build a future with the hands that keep tearing down your own walls. So burn it. Burn the laziness. Burn the procrastination. Burn the fear of failure. Burn the I'll start tomorrow. Burn the comfort that's been killing your potential. You are not here to stay the same. You are here to evolve, to shed the old skin, to rise from the ashes of who you were and walk forward as who you were always meant to be. That transformation, it's not supposed to feel easy. It's supposed to feel like fire. It's supposed to shake you, to destroy what's weak and leave only what's real. That pain you feel right now, that's not your end. That's the beginning of your rebirth. So stop trying to go back to who you were. You're not that person anymore. You've outgrown that cage. You've broken those chains. Now it's time to rebuild. Stronger, wiser, unstoppable. You are not your past. You are not your mistakes. You are not your failures. You are who you decide to become starting right now, Let the old you burn, so the warrior can rise. There will come a time when the world goes silent, when the applause fades, when the support disappears, when the people who said they'd always believe in you vanish. And in that silence, you'll hear one voice your own, because sometimes no one will believe in you. Not your friends, not your family, not the people you thought would stand by you forever. They'll doubt you. They'll laugh at your goals. They'll tell you to be realistic, to stay in your lane, to stop dreaming so big, and it'll hurt because you wanted someone to back you. You wanted someone to understand what you feel, the fire in your soul. But here's the truth. You don't need them. You never did. They weren't given your vision. They weren't given your hunger. They weren't given your heart. So stop begging them to see what you see. Stop waiting for permission. Stop needing validation. You are not here to fit in. You are here to break limits. You are here to show them all, not with your words, but with your actions. You don't need belief from others. You need belief in yourself. Unshakable, relentless, violent belief, even when it looks impossible. Because the same people who laugh at you today will ask how you did it tomorrow. So when no one believes in you, believe harder, believe louder, believe longer, because your belief will outlast their doubt. Nobody wants to suffer, but growth does not come without pain. It never has, it never will. You want strength? You have to be broken first. You want discipline? You have to live through chaos. You want power? You have to feel powerless and rise anyway. Because suffering is the weight room of the soul. Every sleepless night, every tear you didn't let fall, every time you kept pushing when everything told you to stop, that was growth. Not the shiny kind, not the Instagram kind, but the real kind, the kind that forges warriors. No one wants to suffer, but everyone wants results. You want success? Then welcome pain, welcome rejection, welcome hunger, welcome nights alone, welcome the silence where only your breath and your will are left. That is the place where power is born, not in comfort, not in handouts, not in applause, but in the suffering no one sees. That's where you meet yourself. And when you meet yourself, when you look pain in the face and say, "Is that all you've got?" That's the moment you change forever. Because the pain that once broke you becomes the fuel that drives you. So don't run from suffering. Use it. Let it sharpen you. Let it teach you. Let it turn you into a weapon unshakable, unstoppable, unbreakable. You must suffer to grow. But if you keep going, one day you'll thank the pain for waking up the warrior inside you. There's a day coming, and when it comes, everything will change. It won't look dramatic. There won't be fireworks or music. It won't feel like the movies. But inside you, something will snap. Not a breakdown, a breakthrough. You'll wake up and realize you're not waiting anymore. You're not begging for strength. You are the strength. You'll rise not because the world changed, but because you did. You'll stop needing permission. You'll stop explaining your dreams. You'll stop apologizing for your ambition. And you'll start moving with purpose, with fury, with clarity. That day might not be today. It might not be tomorrow. But it's coming, and when it does, you will be ready. Because you suffered, you endured, you refused to break. And now, you're not the same person who started. You've been through hell and kept walking. You've tasted failure and kept climbing. You faced silence, darkness, and defeat, and you didn't quit. And that's why you will rise. Not because it was easy, but because you refused to give up when it was hard. Your scars, they are not shame, they are signs of survival. They are proof that you've already won battles others never dared to fight. So walk tall, eyes forward, fire in your soul. This is your time now. The world won't hand it to you, but you're done waiting. Today, you rise. There is no such thing as meaningless pain. Every tear you cried, every time you screamed into the dark, every failure, betrayal, heartbreak, it all served a purpose. It shaped you. It carved your strength into the bones of who you are. It prepared you for what you're stepping into now. You didn't suffer for nothing. You suffered for this moment, for the mindset you carry, for the discipline you've earned, for the wisdom you now wield. Others broke down, you broke through. And here's what they don't understand. You needed that pain. You needed the silence. You needed the storms, because without them, you'd still be asleep. The pain woke you up. It stripped away who you pretended to be and revealed who you really are. That version of you, the one still standing after the storm, that version is unstoppable. So stop regretting what you went through. Stop wishing it didn't happen, because without the struggle, you'd never have discovered your strength. Your pain has purpose. It led you here to this exact moment, to this mindset, to this fire in your chest that says, I will never go back. I will never be weak again. The world broke you, and in doing so, it accidentally built a giant. You weren't built for average. You weren't made to blend in. You weren't born to live quietly and die forgotten. You were built for the impossible. The kind of goals that scare people. The kind of dreams that make others uncomfortable. The kind of vision so big, it makes small minds whisper behind your back. And that's fine. Let them talk. Let them doubt, because what you're building can't be seen through their eyes. You were chosen for this fire. Most people can't take pressure. You eat pressure for breakfast. Most people break under adversity. You get stronger. Most people run from the hard path. You've chosen it because you know that's where greatness lives. Everything you need is already inside you. The grit, the resilience, the heart. It was forged in every moment you didn't quit. You weren't given an easy life, because easy never makes legends. You were given struggle, hardship, pain, so you could rise beyond what anyone thought was possible. The odds don't matter. The obstacles don't matter. What matters is that you never gave up. And now, the impossible looks possible, because you refuse to stop walking. There's no blueprint for what you're doing, no manual, no path, because you're not here to follow one, you're here to create it. You were built for this. You were built for more. You were built for the impossible things. Look at you, still here, still breathing, still standing. They thought you'd break. They thought you'd quit. They thought the pain would be too much, the pressure too high, the silence too loud. But they were wrong. You made it. Not because it was easy, but because you refused to give up. Not because you were the strongest, but because you kept going when it hurt. Not because the path was smooth, but because your will was louder than your doubt. And now, you're not the same. You've walked through fire. You've climbed out of pits they said no one could survive. You've rebuilt yourself from nothing and came back stronger. But this isn't the end. This is the beginning. Because once you realize what you're capable of, once you've faced death and failure and fear and come out alive, nothing can stop you. Now it's time to take that power and use it. Build with it. Lead with it. Live with it. Let them wonder how you did it. Let them stare in disbelief. Let your success speak louder than their doubts ever did. You are not just a survivor. You are not just a fighter. You are a force, a storm, a legend in the making. This world doesn't need more noise. It needs more action. And you are done talking. You are done dreaming. Now you build. Now you execute. Now you rise every day like the world has no choice but to notice. You've made it through hell. Now become unstoppable.